Welcome to eHealth Learning, inspiring professionals worldwide.
So the next chapter 5 was the one I did with Professor Darryl Evans and Professor Emeritus Professor Jaap van der Waal, and I hope you enjoy it. This is one of my crazy drawings because I suddenly saw it all as bags within bags within bags within bags, or chambers within chambers within chambers. And the scale of the embryo compared to the mother it's inside of is just extraordinary. But when we think of ourselves as bags within bags within bags within bags within bags, and then the little tiny self-assembling bag in the middle, you are self-assembled. You need help, but you're self-assembled. And you expand and expand and expand and expand, and the mother expands and expands and expands and expands, and then there comes a tipping point where she contracts and contracts and contracts, and you shoot out, and then you start expanding and expanding and expanding and unfolding, and it's this incredible continuum of expansion and contraction. And there's an element of spiral motion and toroidal motion and all the stuff of the other dimensions that we are entering, which is why this is quite difficult to get your head around. This is my favorite chapter. It was the toughest chapter. It was the fastest learning curve, and I wish you luck with it because it's dense, but the complexity with which we grow ourselves is unbelievable. So, Anushka, thank you. I cannot tell you, go and work with Jaap van der Waal. It's just amazing. And he thinks Blechschmidt is amazing. I do too, but Blechschmidt is very hard to follow. I studied it inside out to write this chapter. It was a 1-year master's degree in embryology for me. And it got sent back to me 3 times by the publishers because it was too intellectual, too dense, too heavy. It doesn't mean I understand embryology. It means I know Jaap van der Waal is the most extraordinary teacher of it. And go work with him. He's amazing. These are my drawings. I'm just showing off now because I couldn't explain the wonder, the amazing, incredible way in which we grow ourselves. And being an artist at heart, I can't see it until I can draw it. And when I painted it, I realized something incredible. I have to share this with you because it sends me crazy. I know GPs who did embryology for 3 weeks in their medical degree or whatever it was, who think that the sphere of the amniotic sac and the sphere of the yolk sac where they touch each other, it's called the germ layer in between. And there's somehow this idea that this little bug, this little larva called you, starts off in this little germ layer in the in-between between the amniotic sac and the yolk sac. That's not accurate. And I want to see if you can really get this. I'm going to do my best to explain it. Imagine a blue water balloon. That is the amniotic sac. And imagine a yellow water balloon underneath it. That is the yolk sac. And where they meet, if you were able to see through those 2 water balloons, you would see where they joined a double-layered green oval disc. Yes, that is the embryo. It's called the bilaminar disc. It is the embryo. So the embryo is a continuity of the amniotic sac and the yolk sac. It's where they meet. And where they meet, there's 2 little membranes formed to join either end of the spherical, where the 2 spheres meet. The either end, something joins, and it's little tiny, tiny membrane forms. And one's called the cloacal membrane, and one's called the buccopharyngeal membrane. And the cloacal membrane is going to become the anus, and the buccopharyngeal membrane is going to become the mouth. And it starts off as where these 2 spheres join, and just beyond the buccopharyngeal membrane, these little tiny cells start to pump and pulse, and they're the cardiac cells.